this is the plan. Now, I'm not sure if the doctors will allow it. The plan is to go back to work like now, even if I get killed or injured, because I need to move out right away. This man's gonna get me hurt. This man, I am no longer safe in my own household, but I'm no longer safe in shelters, and I'm no longer safe outside in the woods. So I have three choices that aren't safe. Stay in my house, not safe. Shelter, absolutely not safe with my disorder not being diagnosed yet. Or outside, also not safe without me having a diagnosis. So all three situations are unsafe. I can probably stay safe for the next couple months in my apartment. As long as I'm not unconscious, I should be alright. But my resources might be drained. But if I don't have a job or I'm living outside, it'll be impossible for me to do anything about that anyways. So I need to be able to go back to work right away, and I need to get out of here. For me to do that, I'm going to need my roommate to stop draining my resources. So I need the state to get involved. But they need to understand the shelter is not safe for me, living outside is not safe for me, and my apartment's not safe for me. And that I've done everything that I can do for this man. It's time for the state to do everything they can do for this man. But he just got aggressive with me. He just started making up stories again. He started going through these senile rants. Now, there's one thing to talk about something traumatic and rant about actual events. But to make up a senile rant and go on with that, that's going to get somebody hurt. I have a couple recordings on here, but my plan is to go back to work with or without doctor's orders. Get my money together, about $5,000. I need money now. I need money right now. I need to go someplace warm and start this over. This man is going to get me hurt again. Something's going to happen. His behavior's getting worse. I mean, I literally have PTSD from multiple forms of abuse, and I don't need any more. I've done everything I can do for this man, and I've kept the community safe. Now it's time for me to move out and get the state to get involved. But I need my money. I need money to do that. So my plan is to go back to work even if I get hurt. This time I'm not going to pay for this apartment. I'm going to hold a yard sale. I'm going to sell off all my property. And I'm going to spend about 3 months to 4 months. And then on the fourth month, I'm out of here. By January of next year, it will be time for me to bounce on a Greyhound. I need to get someplace warm. It has to be above 50 most of the year. I don't care if it rains. I don't care if it floods. All I need is it for to be warm. It needs to be warm, above 50. I prefer not above 90 or 100. But if it's 90 or 100, I won't die. I won't seize. It won't be anything so bad I need an emergency visit. But I need money now. I need money now. So I'm going to go back to work. But this man is going to drain my resources. I really wish I had 5 to 10 grand right now so I could move on. I could make a plan up if I had 5 to 10 grand. But I don't. So this guy is going, I'm going to have to live with him for 3 to 4 more months. He's going to drain my resources to try to get me to stay, too. He does this. He drains my resources to get me to stay. And that's going to make this much harder. Much, much harder. This is going to make it much harder. So, all I can do is keep on going to work, keep on helping my community, keep on doing my Christian duty, try to kind of report what's going on, try to get everybody help who needs it, and hope that I get the help I need. Most likely, it's not going to end well for me. It didn't end well when I was living on the street. It didn't end well when I was in the shelters. And it's doing all right, but this man has a lot of problems. I invested my time and the money into the wrong type of disabled person. He was an elderly person who had some issues. And I forgive anybody. If you made a mistake, I'm willing to move on. If you learned your lesson and you're not going to make that mistake anymore, I'm willing to work with you. But this man is not willing to move on. He's continuing the same behavior and he's losing his mind. He can't remember anything properly and he makes up stories because he can't remember the details. He can't remember what's going on. He doesn't even know what's in front of him. Pretty soon he might not even know how to use a fork sometimes. And he puts on a good show for people for an hour. Sometimes. Sometimes he can't hold it together. But I have seen him put on a good show like once a year for his doctor or things like that. He'll practice all morning, drink lots of coffee. He'll try to wake himself up. It just doesn't work. It's very, very stressful. And I got to stay sober. He's bringing drug addicts into my house. He's bringing drugs into my house, even though I ask him, don't bring those people into the house. I'm sober now. I don't drink. I don't use drugs. I can't have this around me. These problems he's going to continue doing as I try to move out. And I'm going to have to deal with it the best I can. But having 5 to 10 grand is how much I need before I can bounce to Florida, Georgia, or South Carolina. I'm going to need to go to South Carolina and just work. That's all I can do. My plan to get treated is going to have to be put on hold because this is a dangerous situation I'm in. This is a dangerous man, and I can no longer live here and try to help him. Yeah, I would only get hurt. I see that. As he gets older, he's not going to get any better. He was getting better, but now he's getting worse. So it's time for me to report this to the state, report it to the police, whoever the hell needs to be informed, and then I need to move on. But this man's going to try to prevent me from doing this. He's going to act aggressive. He's going to act messed up. He's going to make up stories, and that's going to be very difficult for me. And most likely, I'll get seriously hurt. I will. I'm going to end up seriously injured because of other people's decisions. I have a neurological disorder that has not been treated. So, without that being treated or diagnosed, I'm going to continue getting hurt unless I stay in one spot for the duration of my diagnosis. But I can't stay in this spot any longer. I almost got there. I have an ID, I have all these things, but it's not going to work. This is not going to work. I'm going to have to make a stop down in Massachusetts, get some paperwork, get a new ID. Then from Massachusetts, I'm going to have to get a Greyhound to South Carolina or Florida. That is the only way, and I'm going to have seizures on a regular basis while this happens. I'm going to get seriously hurt while this happens. And all I need is 5 to 10 grand to save up to do this. But trying to save money while somebody else steals your money is very difficult. And if he makes mistakes, that could cost us too. Like if he buys stuff on the TV, if he goes and steals my debit card and takes money out of my account, that could really hurt me. So I'm going to try my best with this. But this old man's acting aggressive, angry, hurtful. He's trying to have sex with people while they're unconscious. He's being abusive. He's bringing drug addicts who are on meth, who could get violent into the house. He's trying to get other people to hurt me. He's trying to make up stories whenever he gets in trouble. These aren't going to work for me, so I got to move out. But I need a little help with doing it. And it doesn't look like the state or my doctors are able to give me the help. I've been going to the state and the doctors for 4 years now, and I've got little or no help for all the time and all the money I've spent with them.